Hi guys, it's Mrs. Jackson. In today's video, we're going to look at calculating percent composition by mass for chemical compounds. So we're going to pull in information we've covered in previous videos on calculating molar mass, and today we're going to look at the percentage of each element in the compound. And percents are always the same thing. These are always going to be part divided by a whole. So what you're going to need, be sure you have these items out. You're going to need your periodic table, notes, your note guide, pencil, calculator, and your Smarty Pants brain. So let's go ahead and get started. Little chemist humor here, percent composition, chemical formula, analytical chemist in the Wild West. So you can see here, don't move, I'm going to fill you full of 98% lead, 1% antimony, and 0.75% silver, and 200 parts per million nickel. What we're looking at here is just the composition of chemical formulas. So just a little bit of nerd humor to get the video started. Percent composition, the definition of percent composition by mass is just the percentage of each element in your chemical compound. So you're going to need to know your chemical formula, of course, and then all we're going to do is we're going to take the mass of the individual element and we're going to divide it by the total mass of the compound, and then we're going to take that answer times 100. It's a lot like calculating your grade, okay? How much is the individual element's mass divided by the total mass of the compound, which you learned to calculate last week, and then we take it times 100 just like you would for a grade. So let's start by looking at the percent composition of water. So water has a formula of H2O. If we add up the total mass, this is what we practiced last week, there are one oxygen. It has a mass of 15.99. A lot of periodic tables round it to 16, which is fine. And there are 2 hydrogens with a mass of 1.01 each. When I add that together, the total mass of the water is 18.01, or you could round it to 18.02. For these, I typically round 2 places past the decimal, which would make this one 18.02. So to calculate the percentage of each element in water, we simply take the mass of that element. So for the first one, we're going to look at oxygen. All right, so I take the percentage of oxygen. It's the part that is oxygen, okay, over the total mass. So the part that was oxygen was 15.994 divided by the total mass of water, which is 18.02. And that gives me 88.8% oxygen. So if I want to do the hydrogen, I follow that same format, right? So I take then for the part that is hydrogen, okay, I come back up here and I can see that hydrogen was 2.016 part of water. So I take the part that is hydrogen, divide it by the entire total mass of the water. So my percent hydrogen is going to be 2.02, I'm going to round it, divided by 18.02, and I'm going to take that times 100 when I get my answer. So my percent hydrogen for water is going to be 11.2% hydrogen. Okay, I do recommend that you go ahead and calculate this second answer the way that I just demonstrated, only because you want to be sure that it is correct. If you simply subtract, because all of your percentages should add to 100 as they always do, but if you simply subtract and this answer is incorrect, then this answer will also be incorrect. So always go to the trouble of dividing those values out. All right, we're going to do 2 more examples before you get started, so fill these examples into your note page, please. Example number 2, I have the molar mass of trichloromethane calculated right here, 119.37, and I want the percent of each element in trichloromethane. So I'm simply going to take the part that is carbon, 12.01 and divide it by the total. So my percentage of carbon is 12.01 divided by the total molecular mass of 119.37, and I'm going to take that value times 100. So my percentage of carbon for trichloromethane is going to be 10.06% carbon. I'm going to do the same thing for hydrogen, and I'm going to do the same thing for chlorine. So my percent hydrogen is going to be 1.01 divided by 119.37. Take that value times 100. Sorry, got a little messy, got a little small. Okay, my percentage of hydrogen is very small. It is actually 0.85% hydrogen. And then for my percentage of chlorine, I do the same thing. I've got 106 divided by 119.37, and my percentage of chlorine is going to be, 89.09% chlorine. Label your answers with the percentage and the element, okay? All right, third example for calculating molar mass, we're going to be looking at the molar mass of sodium chloride. So sodium has a molar mass of 22.99. Chlorine has a molar mass of 35.45 for a formula total of 58.4. So again, I'm just going to calculate the percentage of each element. So my percent sodium is the part that is sodium, 22.99, divided by the total compound formula weight, 58.44. And then I take that value times 100. My percentage of sodium is then going to be 39.34% sodium. And then for the chlorine, I do the same thing. My percentage chlorine is going to be 35.45 divided by the total of 58.44. I'm going to take that value times 100 to get a percentage of chlorine, 60.66% chlorine. So go ahead and complete the practice problems on your note guide. There are 2 additional examples that have the answers on there, and then you've got a short set of practice problems to complete. I will see you soon. Be sure you let me know if you've got questions. Bye.